Hi guys, and we are back. I do apologise that it's been forever and a day. That went to be a 1 month hiatus, and it's turned into September, October, November, December, January, February, March. I can't even do them. October, November, December, January, February, March. Six months. Wow.
God.
It doesn't even feel that long though.
No.
That's the crazy bit. So I do apologise, but yeah, it's been 6 months, and that's what you've got to deal with, because unfortunately we can't go back in time and do it any sooner.
Yeah, you said the first weekend in November, didn't you?
Yeah, it was meant to be the first. It was meant to be the first weekend in November, but then the house move stuff happened, and then.
Well, no, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen, but then it did happen.
It didn't happen. That's why it took so bloody long.
And then it did happen, and then it was basically Christmas. And then it was this year, and it's just still been trying to get things set up.
Yeah. It's been chaotic.
Mm-hmm, to say the least.
Yep.
All fun and games. Got plenty to chat about though.
Yeah. What laugh was that?
It's that one.
Okay. Easy.
And she's
Diddly 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 dip, the Carr Clan!
We keep calling it the Carr Clan podcast, but it's not. It's the im&er podcast.
Oh, yeah.
We've always called it the Carr Clan podcast forever and a day, but it's im&er.
Yeah. Welcome back to im&er.
No, it's the Carr Clan podcast.
Season 2.
Season 2. Diddly diddly diddly.
Why have you not drank your tea yet?
Because it's hot.
Don't start this thing again.
Is that what? No, I just put my tongue in it all the time now. I gave up trying to...
Okay.
It depends. I've worked it out. It depends if I'm glugging.
Glugging?
Or if I'm sipping. If I'm glugging, I put my tongue in and make a straw out of my tongue and just neck it all out down as quick as I can. And if I'm just having a sip, then it's just there.
Loud ass motherfucker.
And that's how it's done.
Wonderful.
So I finally managed to answer the tongue in or out drinking scenario.
We left it in September, didn't we? That was the last month we uploaded this podcast,
It
September.
was the end of September.
September is when we found out that we were moving.
Mm-hmm. And we were supposed to be doing it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to go too into detail though, because we have a whole video about it on YouTube. Head over there and have a look.
So in September, we didn't move. We got told we were going to, but we didn't. And we actually moved. I suppose technically
It was the end of November, wasn't it?
No.
It was the end of November.
No, we handed in the keys on the 2nd of November, I think it was. We got the keys for this place in October. We'd handed in the keys to the old place in November. So yeah, we moved in November, and then when you move, everything's just a shitty mess in it for ages. So we lived in the living room with a shit ton of boxes for weeks.
The living room wasn't about. It was like a week in the living room.
Yeah, but there was boxes in the living room for a very long time. Our bedroom stayed like
a crack den.
yeah, it was squatters lived here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In this room.
We
For
just had
about a month.
We just had a mattress on the floor and piles of bags and stuff.
We had duffel bags, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
For our clothes. So yeah, and then we had Christmas, which was quite nice actually, wasn't it? Apart from you got COVID.
Yeah, I got COVID at Christmas.
Yeah.
That was fun. I mean, we completely skipped October.
Nothing happened in October.
I worked the scare maze in October.
Oh yeah.
I was a German doctor. But yeah, nothing happened in October. And then...
Nothing house-wise happened in October. But yeah,
No.
you did the scare maze, and I went and did it about 4 times.
About
I did?
No.
3 times.
3, and then you did the Christmas one.
Oh,
one time
yeah. Forgot that one.
with Alan.
Alan. Bet you're happy the podcast back, ain't you, Alan?
He keeps going, when's it coming back? You said it was November. I'm like, well, we're past it. I meant November 22.
Oh, God. Have I finished with December?
It was Christmas in December. Yes, it
Yeah.
was. And we had the scare maze in December as well.
Yeah.
And then,
I turned 30.
yeah, basically a granny now.
I'm not.
You could be. If you were 15 when you had Maggie, and Maggie was 15 when she had a baby, you could be a granny right now.
She wouldn't be 15 yet.
If you were 15 when you had Maggie,
Yeah.
you are now 30. How old would she be 15 years later
Well, it
after being
depends.
born?
Depends
If
when.
you were
15.
if you were 15 when Maggie came out, 15 years later, how old would she be? Go on, do the maths. Let's see.
Alright then. Oh my god.
You could be a granny.
Well, I'm not. Why are we even talking about this?
Because I was just saying, you're old.
You will always be older than me.
Exactly. That's why I'm allowed to call you old. Because I know that you're definitely old.
You know what's coming for
Exactly.
me. January, I went back to work.
Boo hiss. Enjoy that.
Yeah. It wasn't all that bad though, to be honest. It's fucking nerve-wracking for a couple of weeks, but it's not that bad now.
February. I'll be honest, February we were just too lazy to do it.
February just came and went.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the 3rd month of this year now.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking mad.
We actually got all the stuff sorted and set up in February, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we just haven't.
No, the thing broke, didn't it, for the camera? So we couldn't do it, so...
But everything else was set up, we just needed that cable. And that
Yeah.
cable was £6. So
Yeah.
we could have got that at any point. We just never got round to it until just...
No, we've been really poor.
We haven't been poor.
We've
We've had like 37 pizzas at £25 a round. We have not been poor. We've just been spending our money poorly. There's a difference.
Yes. We've not been mentally prepared to do it yet. Until now.
I think we're still getting used to the fact we've even moved house. Like,
Yeah.
the garden is still just cordoned off.
The back garden hasn't been moved since it snowed, and the only reason stuff got moved then was so we had more space for the kids to play in the snow, and then it stopped snowing anyway.
Yeah,
So-
we got like a 5 mil and we're like, yeah, it's sticking! And then it just was like, yeah, it's enough.
the bloody cats from round here keep crapping in the garden now.
I haven't seen them do it, but you have.
I have.
But
That,
if
that
they do,
grey
that's
cat
fine.
from next door. Our cats don't live here anymore.
No, they live next door.
Yeah.
They come here to pee on Riley's bed. That's about it.
I grabbed Millie today because she was sat on the fence, but she hasn't actually been in this house for at least a couple of weeks. They love it around here because
Everybody
Yeah.
feeds them, that's why.
both the neighbours feed them.
Well, all
That
the
side
neighbours feed
puts
them.
out fresh chicken, and that side lets her in the house
Yeah,
to
it's
feed
just
it.
like, yeah, you can come in your house,
Yeah.
it's fine. And then over the road feed all the cats as well.
They're
that many
they're
cats
very animal
round-
friendly around here, aren't
Yeah,
they?
there's that many cats around here. Everybody's just like, they're all of ours cats.
Yeah.
So, at least you know when we go on holiday, you ain't got to worry about them.
Well, they'll come back to our house to be fed anyway.
They still have some food.
Well, not for
Or
me.
Hunter eats it. Yeah, well, I feed the animals every day, don't
Oh,
I?
yeah.
So they get
well.
stuff put outside and it's not there when they come back. So
That's because of the grey cat from next door.
there's the
comes
grey
and
cat
eats it.
next door eating it. They don't like our food.
And now we're in March. It's the 6th of March. Willow's exactly 11 months old today. That's crazy.
And 11 days and it's my birthday.
Oh, yeah? You'll be 33.
Mm-hmm. Any road. Is there anything specific you'd like to chat about? How many specific things have you got that you'd like to chat about?
I don't know. I can't remember them. I have to think of the month and go through each day, really.
We don't have to do anything in particular order. Just anything that you'd like to chat about that's happened, that's gone.
Going to the gym.
So that's this month. That's
Yeah.
the newest possible thing.
Yeah, that's why I said I need to go through each month specifically.
Okay, October.
October. Other than scare mazes, I don't remember anything else from October.
Well, then that just answered your question. What would you like to talk about in October? I'll give you a clue. It's the scare maze. So is there anything you'd like to chat about from October?
Stop it!
I'm trying to like make you be like, yes, I've got something to chat about. Instead, even when you've given an answer that there is something you want to chat about, you still sound like you don't know what you want to talk about.
Well, you start it then. What do you want to talk about?
What do I want to talk about? From October? Not a great deal. It was alright. Did the scare maze, but it was just a scare maze, wasn't it?
Just a scare maze?
Yeah. Nothing.
Oh, only you played one of the main characters.
I do that everywhere I go.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
How don't I?
You didn't last time you was at the Warsaw one.
Last time I was at the Warsaw one was I literally just got there with like a week left of it to help them out because all their staff had disappeared.
My point still stands then, doesn't it?
And I still was the chef one time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was it was good. I enjoyed the scare maze. It was hard, but I enjoyed it. Because it was that mask? You've got like a mask that's sucked to your face, basically, and all over your whole head, and it gets claustrophobic. And you're in the dark, in smoke, with everything going on. It's like if Leatherface got hold of Ross Kemp.
Ross Kemp. One of the Mitchell brothers.
Yeah, Grant Mitchell. But when he's old.
It was good though.
Yeah, it's good fun. I think we're in for a good chance of getting an award with it.
You reckon?
Yeah. Well, a few of the podcasts and things have said it's the best one they've ever done.
Ever?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, the guys from one of them said it was the most scared they've been in a scare maze. And they've been doing it for years.
It wasn't I didn't really find it scary. It's more like a jumpy thing. It's more fun than scary.
That was the Christmas one that was more fun. The Halloween one was scary. The reason you didn't find it scary is because you came round on the friends and family night, which is where we're still working out all the kinks, and nothing's actually set. It's kind of essentially dress rehearsals.
Yeah, but I did it on the proper one as well.
Yes, but you've already done it. So yes, things are different, but you know roughly what you're expecting, what's coming. And then when you did it the last time, it was probably a load better, but you knew exactly what was happening. Part of the reason a scare maze is scary is because you're going into something going, what's going to happen?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Do you know what I mean? Like when I went to ScareCon the first time, the day after ScareCon itself, we had access to two of the scare mazes in Alton Towers. One of them was a fun Monster House one, which was brilliant. And then the other was like a proper scary one. It was like the body skin snatchers type thing. And there's a bit in that was genuinely terrifying. It's like hallways, and it had got all full body suits with gas masks all the way down the hallway. And you've got to go down it, and you're like, one of these is a person, one of these is a person. Shit, you have pants the whole way down. Yeah? Not one of them was a person. So, if you go through again, you're like, oh no, this is alright, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
But that first time, it took us like 5 minutes to get down that hallway because nobody wanted to go forwards because they were like, some fucker's going to jump out in a second. And it took us ages to get down there because we were just like, oh god. But the second time, you know that none of those are actually people, so you're just like, oh, do.
Yeah, I suppose so.
That's what I'm saying. So the first time you went through, things weren't set in stone, like the doctor's office wasn't done and all the things that happen in the doctor's office weren't done.
No.
But you knew that was the doctor's office was coming and you knew roughly what was going to happen in there.
Sort of, yeah.
Whereas
that.
people that haven't are going to go in there and be like... First time I watched Blair Witch Project, that was scary.
Never seen that.
And then afterwards was like, oh,
Nothing ever actually happens in that film, does it?
not particularly. But again, it's the thing of the first time you watch it, you're waiting for that thing. It's the suspense that's the scary part.
But I was apprehensive about going through the second time because you told me stuff had changed.
Yeah, but
'Cause
you
you were
still know
messaging me.
roughly what has gone on.
Who
So,
did
yeah.
I go through?
The second time,
Is Callan and Corrage and all that money?
Yeah, but it was all of them, because the first time was just Corrage and Callan and Fee.
Yeah.
And then the second time was Katie and Connor and
Who did you go through with
Cameron.
the third time?
The third time... Did you definitely go through a third time?
I thought I did.
I know you went through with Alan.
That was a Christmas one though, wasn't it?
Yeah. I feel like you did.
Maybe I didn't.
Me? Me and you went through? Because the big guy that's normally the chef was the doctor?
That was the Christmas one.
No, it wasn't. The second time you went through was with me. Because it was before they put in the dark room. Like before the doctor's room did the dark thing.
Oh.
Remember?
No.
The big guy. And I was like, he doesn't do it as good as me.
Yeah. I think I remember.
And then the Christmas one, it was me, you and Lib.
And then
And
me
then
and
you
Alan.
and Alan. Trying to work out who it was, and it was me.
Well, it's hard to remember when I do stuff like that with you because you're never usually there
Mm.
to
Well,
do
then surely
with-
that should be more memorable than I'm there. You should be like, oh my god, it was you. You're never
You'd
here.
think, wouldn't you?
I struggle in the scare mazes.
Why?
Because I get caught up in scare maze person mode. It's like the first time we went to Extreme Scream. I was so excited just looking at all the stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I enjoyed it. I had an amazing time. But not because I was getting scared. But because I was like, oh, these are cool. That's sick. I love that. Wow. And then like when they were doing stuff, I was like, oh, that is brilliant. It was like, every time we've been somewhere, there's like one thing that's got me. And the rest of the time, I'm just like, that was a really good scare. It hasn't really. But I'm like, I'd be proud of doing that one. What have you got for November then? So the house move, that was good fun.
Well, technically,
Here we fucking go. No, that was October. No, it
Yeah.
wasn't. It was November.
well, we got the keys to this place in October.
By like a day. The actual move pretty much happened November. It happened the last day of October, and then November.
Why's the fireworks going off?
Valentine's Eve. I don't know. Happy New Year. Is it Chinese New Year? Is that this time of year? I don't know.
I don't know.
So yeah, November, that was pretty much house move. Okay, we moved some stuff over here in October. We moved house really in November. Nobody came over here until the end of it.
What, over the
kids,
house?
yeah, nobody came and stayed here. The kids were there and we was there. And then when everything got shifted over, that's when we came over, pretty much.
Oh, yeah. What did we do for Halloween?
Went to
Oh, we went to
Wonderland.
Wonderland, yeah, didn't we? As the kids say, it was the worst Halloween ever.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was cold and it was dark and it was
That's
raining.
what it always is.
Yeah. What did we do in the day? We did something in the day.
We went to the scare maze with the kids.
Oh, yeah. Not like the proper maze one. They just walked around it
And just
with all
put
the
the-
lights on.
And put the noises and the pshters
Yeah.
on and stuff.
Maggie cried,
So
as expected.
yeah. The thing is, she's so excited to do stuff.
Yeah.
And then we
It's
couldn't
like
actually
it's
do
like on
it.
wrestling as well. She was terrified doing that.
I think it just gets too much for her. I think she's all up for it and then she realises it's happening. I think we
Yeah.
just need to just go, stop being stupid and just drag her through and be like, there you go, you're fine. Rather than pick her up and whatever. Because like when we did House of Horror or whatever it was called, House of Terror,
Yeah.
like they both started kicking off in there. And the bit where the lasers are,
Yeah.
so just like the dark tunnel with the lasers, and I just stopped in there, stopped him, I got down to him and I was like, you're going to be silly, Daddy's here, nothing's going to happen. It's just things that jump out and nothing's, look, they're all behind the cages anyway.
Yeah.
And then they were like, fine. And we came out and they were fine. But before that, they were full on kicking off, even though they wanted to go in it. You just need to have that thing with them where you just go, stop being silly.
Yeah.
Because when you have that conversation with them, they're fine.
I think maybe Maybe not Maggie, but Riley, get him to go through the scare maze properly this year.
Maybe.
Maybe one when you're not working, so we can both go around with him.
Yeah. We have to see.
Mm.
See how much of a wimp he's being. He cries
Yeah.
when we leave him in the car for 2 minutes. When it's on the drive. When we're in the house.
Yeah. So November came and went, and we lived like squatters for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the walks to school was fun. Kind of used to it now, but at the time it was pretty difficult.
Good for you though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're actually not late for school, whereas when we lived over the road from the school, they were late for school all the time.
To be fair, I get them into school more on time. Well, I say on time, like when they first open the gates. Like,
So early.
yeah, before. Well, earlier than you do when you drive on Fridays. I'm quite what's it? Pedantic, pernickety. What's the word?
All of it.
Like I have to leave at a certain time every morning now. December.
I had a great time in December.
It wasn't that bad. I turned 30.
Speak for yourself.
I turned 30, which I didn't take very well. So I was a bit mardy, I suppose, for a week. And then just kind of got over it.
So let's do my December then. Found out I've got arthritis. Literally had near enough 2 weeks
you
off
don't
work.
really know
It's
that for sure yet.
100% arthritis. There's no point trying to pretend it's anything else.
Was that December?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I had to have essentially 2 weeks off in December with all that nightmare. Which
You had 2 weeks off anyway over Christmas, didn't you?
yeah,
So you had like the whole of December off.
near enough, but not at the same time. It was horrendous. It was some of the worst pain I've been in ever. You're like, oh no, December wasn't bad. It was all right. All right, it wasn't. So I got arthritis in my hands. These for YouTube people, I got arthritis glove things on.
Is it your hands or is it your fingers?
It's fingers mostly, fingers and thumb.
Finger joints.
Yes, it's my joints. When they really kick off, my ring finger's bad at the knuckle just above the ring, and my left thumb on the top knuckle of it is really, really bad. They're the two that play up all the time.
Both on your left hand?
Yeah.
I wonder
And
why.
then
That's not your dominant
my
hand.
actual knuckles on my right hand, if I squeeze, they click all the time now, which is not something I used to do, but they're not particularly painful. But my right hand gets really stiff. Like my left hand hurts, my right hand gets stiff. For the most part, that seems to be the problem. Like, I mean, they both get really stiff. Like in December, anybody that's ever had Aldi's ketchup, you know you only have to squeeze that and it rockets out of it. I was squeezing it as hard as I physically could, and it was literally just going drip, 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 and I couldn't. No matter what I did, I was squeezing as hard as I physically could. And then we're lucky we didn't have a fire or anything, because if you hadn't been here, we'd have died, because I couldn't open the door. I was like, babe, can you unlock the door for me? And then there was the Christmas break, which helped a lot, because what I was doing was I was having a day off work and then being like, oh, okay, I can move them again a bit, and going back into work, and then just making them just as bad, and then having to have the next day off work. So it was like one in, one out, because I wasn't letting them heal. Whereas Christmas, we have a 2-week factory close down, so I had 2 weeks where I wasn't working. And then I was okay when we went back then, because I'd give them time to sort themselves out.
Yeah.
And then February, I did the Carnivore Diet. which really helped. I barely had any trouble with them through February.
Really?
Yeah, I barely had any problems with them at all through February. And then, like, the last weekend of February, I was like, I'll just have what I fancy again now for a little bit.
Mm.
And then last week, they've really flared up again. So there's got to be something in it, because there's no way.
Maybe.
It's
You
a
read about
massive,
something like that, didn't you?
massive. Well, yeah, there's quite a few people that have said it's got, like, lots of benefits.
Mm.
So I think I'm going to try and do what Joe Rogan does, because he kind of does the carnivore diet, but he has fruit as well.
Who's Joe Rogan?
Really? He has the biggest podcast on the planet with like 11 million listeners within
I've
the
asked you
first
this question before, haven't
within
I?
the first day of it going up.
Yeah, but who is Joe Rogan?
He was a stand-up comic who was got like his black belt in jiu-jitsu and a bunch of other things as well. And then he started doing the commentary for the UFC, and then he started a podcast, and yeah, he's got literally the biggest podcast on the planet. But he does the carnivore diet plus fruit.
Is that what you want to do then?
Yeah, I think I'm going to give that a go, because just the carnivore diet. It wasn't that I was ever hungry, it was just I fancied stuff.
So this
Do you know what I mean?
It's one, look, in a way, it's kind of bland, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I was still half cheating by having like, sort of, like flavourings. Like a true carnivore diet, you would have meat. Generally, they try and do just beef. So it's just beef all the time is what they try and do.
Why beef?
The nutritional value per kilogram, basically.
Mm.
You know, if I have an 8-ounce steak, I'd have to eat a whole chicken to get the equivalent in nutrition out of it. That's basically why they do it. There's a few other things as well, because of some of the vitamins that are in it. There's like a lot of B12 and all that jazz. But they would normally do that. You might have some salt on it just to put a bit of flavour in it, and your body needs salts as well. And then water. That's pretty much a proper carnivore diet. Whereas
That's very bland.
It's not though. Like, it's as bland as that sounds, as long as it's bovine.
Compared to how I eat, it's very bland. The thought of just eating meat doesn't appeal to me.
What if you were in the worst pain of your life and I told you if you just eat beef, just eat meat and nothing else, how would that appeal to you then?
That would appeal more, but that's for a specific reason.
Well, exactly. I'm not doing it just for the fun of it. With the carnivore diet, like, it's very... It falls into the keto diet. It falls into anti-inflammatory diet. It falls into a lot of diets that exist. So you will cut a lot of fat real quick because you're not having the carbs. So your body, instead of using carbs, is using the fats. So you'll cut a lot of fat, even though you're taking in a lot of fat with the meat. Your body is using fats, and fats burn a lot quicker than carbs do, which is why a lot of diets are low carb rather than low fat. Yeah? So if you're cutting out the carbs, you're instantly then just burning fats, which burn quicker, so you burn your body fat as well. Like, I mean, I can see the difference in my body from this month to last month. And I know I have been going to the gym as well.
Yeah.
But compare it to last time, it took like 12 weeks to get a real difference in what was going on with my body. And I was working out every day. Whereas I've been doing 3 days a week. It should be 4 days, but like if you're working, I can't go. And then there was the problem with my hands, so I had to stop again. And so I've only been going like 3 days a week. And look at the difference in my body. From 3 days a week for 4 weeks versus every day of the week for 12 weeks with how things were before.
Yeah.
So the difference is crazy. And loads of people say it's bad. And it probably is. And it's probably not for everybody. You know, there's people that it isn't for. Like one of my friends that used to work at Skate Hut, his body can't process chicken protein, like the protein that's in chicken. Yeah, so his body can't process the protein that's in chicken. Because protein is not necessarily protein, it breaks down differently.
Mm.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things it is. But there's, your body reacts different to different things. That's why we can't all live on tablets. Because if you could all live on tablets, if protein was protein, you just put protein in a tablet and take it, and then you don't need to eat for the day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could just put all the nutrients you need into a little tablet form. It'd be like 6 tablets. You just take the 6 tablets and away you go. But it wouldn't work because it doesn't necessarily break down the same.
Mm.
That's why you can get pea protein and you can get whey protein and that's the one I've got downstairs. But yeah, soy proteins, you get protein from everything. But yeah, so it's not for everybody. Like, everybody's not going to want to do it. And that's not even taking into account like vegan lifestyle-y type stuff. I just mean general. Like, even if you love meat, it's not necessarily going to be for you.
Mm.
But I actually quite enjoyed it. But it was just, it's things I just fancied. Like, we went to Aldi, and I went through Aldi, and they got the Yum Yums. I was like, I really fancy a Yum Yum. But when you're being like trying to be strict about it, you can't.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to go, oh well, I had a Yum Yum. So a piece of bread's not as bad as a Yum Yum. I can have a piece of bread, and then it all suddenly adds up, and then you're back to eating just crap, which is what happened over the weekend. And then I had a flare up.
Mm. So you're gonna stick to it again now?
Well, yeah, changing it slightly, but yeah, for the most part. My problem is chicken's my favourite one.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm mad on chicken at the minute. But the problem with chicken is you don't get as much out of it as you would if I was eating beef. Pork.
You didn't have a lot of beef before though, did you?
What do you mean?
Last month?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. I bought like...
I don't remember you having any beef.
What did I... Steak in it.
Oh, yeah.
Steak's beef.
I don't remember you having a lot of steak though. You got bags of it, I don't remember you eating it.
Yeah, there's like 2 left. And I bought like... What did I buy?
A fucking shit ton of meat.
I think I bought like £12 of beef. Well,
Thank
12.
we have a chest freezer.
Yeah, well, I would only do it because the only reason I buy it in bulk the way we do is because we have a chest freezer. If we didn't, I'd buy what I needed for the week, and that'd be it. Biggest take I've got from all of it is if you do something that works and fixes a problem, you can't just stop doing it once the problem's fixed, because the problem just comes back.
Yeah. It's the same with everything though, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? I was like, for the most part of February, I had a few days where my hands were a little bit stiff when I got up in the morning, but by 8 o'clock they were fine. That was kind of the worst of it I had. And then fixed everything, and then stopped doing it because I was like, oh, well, they're fine now. And everything just gets horrendous again.
You were on quite strong painkillers for a while, weren't you?
And they did nothing.
No.
They literally, like, when I forgot to take them, I didn't realise I'd forgot to take them because it wasn't like the pain came back. It just never went away.
And yet, doing food, you haven't had to have anything anyway?
No. I've had a lot of turmeric on...
I was going to say, it's quite an expensive thing, but if you're just having meat and not buying anything else, it's not really.
You say it's quite an expensive thing, right? I've still got, because it's not the best one to have anyway, pork.
Mm.
But I've still got like 40 pork chops in the freezer from last month.
Yeah, but you don't eat as many meals as you should a day. Some days you've skipped food entirely.
No, because I've had massive meals. I've still eaten, but I haven't eaten all day, and then I've had 3 steaks, 2 chicken breasts, a pork chop, and a piece of liver.
One thing that's helped with this carnivore diet is one of the new purchases that we made, isn't it? An air fryer.
Oh, the air fryer. Oh my god, I love the air fryer. If you haven't got an air fryer, get an air fryer.
Yeah, you'll never use your oven again.
The oven's been on once, and that was only because the air fryer was full.
Absolute game changer, man.
Barely even use the frying pan and stuff anymore either.
No, I haven't used the oven at all. Tell a lie. I've used the hobs for cooking pasta.
Yeah, for boiling
But
stuff.
I could probably steam pasta as well.
I don't
Steamer,
think you can steam
electric
pasta.
steamer.
I Don't think steaming pasta's a thing.
Is it not?
I don't think so.
I might try it.
God. Right. Budget next month for a new steam cooker because you broke it.
Well, I highly recommend both of them. An air fryer and an electric steamer. And a slow cooker.
Back to December. We were meant to be going to Jono's and Natasha's wedding.
Yes.
And the day before, I came up to bed and I was freezing cold. I was shaking like a shitting dog. And you couldn't even touch me because I was so hot. So I took a flow test and it said I was positive.
I was absolutely gutted.
I'd done a speech and everything. But yeah.
We were supposed to be part of it.
I know.
Our best friend's wedding, and we fucking missed it.
But and then again, that was then some of the worst pain I've been in my life again. I understand
Just
why.
for the day, first
I understand
day,
why people would go to hospital, but I only had it for that one day. Like I was freezing on the Tuesday night. Came up to bed and I was freezing. I was so cold. Like I felt like I was sat out in the snow in my boxers. I was like things were stinging. I was so cold. I felt like my fingers were going to drop off. And you couldn't touch me because I was that hot. And then when I woke up on the Tuesday, I was just in agony. It hurt to wiggle my toes. I didn't know what to do because I couldn't. It hurt, like if I moved my tongue, it hurt. If I sort of opened my mouth, it felt like I'd broken my jaw. Like everything was horrendous. I cried so many times on the Wednesday because I was just didn't know what else to do. I was in that much pain, it didn't matter what I did. If I wiggled my toes, it felt like I'd had them smashed in with a hammer. It was horrible. And then when I got up on the Wednesday, I just felt like I'd had a big day at the gym the day before. Everything was just a little bit sore. Like I was fine. And then Christmas Day, I had a bit of a cough. And then I was negative Monday and Tuesday. So I was back laid out again then.
Yeah.
Or was I negative Tuesday and Wednesday?
I don't remember. I just can't believe the timing on it.
Yeah, it's perfect, wasn't it?
Literally 6 hours before we was going to leave the house to go to their wedding.
It's lucky, really, though. Imagine if that had kicked off while I was there. Because I was fine on Tuesday. I'd been to work, I came home, we were doing stuff downstairs, and it was literally when I came up, I was coming up to bed, and I was like, I'm cold.
Well, when you did the lateral flow test, there was barely a line.
Yeah, it was a very faint. And then
barely
the next morning it was definitely a line.
Yeah.
But it was still. I was absolutely fine on Tuesday. I was fine until 2 minutes before we come up to bed. I was like, I'm cold. So I put all my stuff on, and then we finished doing whatever we were doing. I came up to bed and I was freezing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So we're lucky, really, that it didn't happen the next day. Because the time we came up to bed was like 9-10 o'clock, which would have been when the party was supposed to be happening, and then there's no way I'd have been able to drive home. I literally don't know what we'd have done, because I was in so much pain on the Wednesday.
You should have just not got COVID.
Yeah, but I had it. That's what I'm saying. We're lucky it kicked off when it did. That's the whole point of what I'm saying. Because if it had kicked off 6 hours later, we'd have been in trouble.
Changed our plans over Christmas a little bit, which first Christmas in our new house. It was nice though. We had a good Christmas. Even
Willow's
if we were all
first one.
cooped in.
Well, you weren't.
Not for Boxing Day, no.
Well, you weren't cooped in at all. You could have buggered off out at any point.
Yeah, I suppose, but why? Usually Dad comes over on Christmas Day, and obviously he couldn't. And we usually go to your mum's on Christmas Eve, and we couldn't do that either. I just went over to Dad's with the kids on Boxing Day.
So then we went to Mum's later on, like the next week.
Yeah, it was just before New Year's Eve, wasn't it? What did we do New Year's Eve? Nothing. We stayed in. We had a pizza party.
Yeah, we did.
That was it. We had a pizza party. We ordered 6 pizzas. That was fun. And watched Mr. Bean. And the kids actually stayed up until midnight as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then we watched fireworks from the front door.
On the window up here.
Yep. That was fun. And we ate most of the pizza. Finished it the day after. Then the kids went back to school.
In January. I don't think we need dates.
Nah. Can't think of anything else. January dragged so fucking much.
Yeah, it's because we got paid like the 22nd of December.
Yep.
So then having to make it to the end of January.
It was
It's
difficult.
it suddenly becomes like a 6-week month.
Mm.
You're like, no.
The only thing that happened was I went back to work. After having 13 months off.
Have you found it?
First week was horrible. Not because of, well, sort of because of what it's like there, because everything's changed, but just because I was so nervous. Because I've been off for so long, and because of everything that's changed because of COVID and all that shit. All things are different, and they document things differently, and I've forgotten all the drugs. It was horrible. It was like being a brand new qualified nurse. It was horrible.
But it's alright now.
Yeah. So many people have left as well. So there's loads of new faces that I don't know. There's... Look, most of the nurses there now were the students when I left. That's mad. And they're like, oh, have you only just started working here? No. I've just been having babies.
Just been having babies.
But yeah, it's not so bad now. There's still, every week that I go back, there's still like, oh, just remind me how to do this.
It was like that before you left though anyway.
Yeah. How did you put this catheter in? Did anything happen for you in January?
No, not really.
February. Oh, I know what happened in January. I started to learn to skate.
Yeah, well that's...
New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit.
Okay. Did you have any New Year's resolutions? So we haven't spoke about that.
No. Get on shows this year, wrestling, that's about it.
Mine was to go back to work. Because
Done.
that's one resolution I knew I could do. Learn to skate. And
That wasn't a New Year's
It was?
resolution. I don't believe it. I think that's something you just decided later on. Because it wasn't something that you just made as a New Year's resolution.
not like on New Year's Eve.
Okay, so something you
But
added
it's
in
something
later.
that I wanted
Okay.
to do this year.
Well, that's not the way New Year's... You can't say, I made a New Year's resolution. It's something I decided in February.
No, that was in January. Anyway, what else? Work out more. And get back down to 14 stone.
So then, February, working out more, carnivore diet, that's me. What about you? Working out more.
Well, yeah, I joined the gym, which I've never done before. And I've actually been going, like, at least twice a week, which has been cool. And I've been working out at home. But I'm not getting lower weight-wise because...
Swapping it for muscle, you'll get
Yeah.
heavier.
But that's not what I want.
Don't worry
Although,
about...
since being back at work, everyone's been like, God, you've lost some weight, ain't you?
Yeah.
Which is
You
nice.
see, you'll lose fat, but not necessarily lose weight. Like, the whole reason I started in lockdown was because I weighed myself and I was 90 kilograms. And then I looked up UFC fighters and boxing, and how heavy I was what Dante Wilder's boxing weight is, and he's a heavyweight fighter, which means I would have to have fought like Tyson Fury, or like back in the day boxers that you would know would be like Mike Tyson. I would have been in Mike Tyson's weight category for fighting. In my head I was like, oh, I'd probably be about the same as Conor McGregor, but no, I'm like 4 weight categories heavier than him. So I was like, I need to sort this out. Worked out, got myself in way better shape, weighed myself and I was 97 kilograms. I was like, it's not how this is supposed to work. But like even now, I think I've lost about 2 kilograms this time round.
I think everybody thinks I've lost a lot of weight because the last time they saw me I was like a balloon.
She's pregnant.
But to be fair, my dress is very baggy on me now. And I'm not changing my dress because I like that it's baggy. And in case I balloon again.
No, you're not going to balloon again.
I might, depends if I get put on contraceptive shit again.
Suck it off. You've had the
snip.
You've had the snip. That's essentially what you've had though, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm terrified. I'm a very fertile woman.
I'm a very fertile bloke.
Well, we'll never know.
Well, we will. You're not on the pill no more. And we've been going at it like rabbits, so we'll find out.
No, we haven't.
Well, we still won't know who was the fertile one. But you've been chopped up.
Chopped up.
Or just
I
tied.
don't even know if they've cut it or tied it.
But either way, the connection's been cancelled.
Dismantled.
Yeah.
There's a blockage.
Yeah. So,
I started the pill to stop my periods because I don't like periods. I haven't had periods for years.
and
Really.
it just made them more mental.
It did. I had periods for over a month. What the fuck?
And then...
So then the doctor took me off them.
And
And I'm terrified now.
And then one for 3 days.
What do you mean?
You was on for a couple of days, and then you weren't on for like a week and a half, and then you was back on again.
Yeah.
So it just sent them absolutely
Yeah.
doolally.
But when I spoke to the doctor this time about it, she said that, why did you pick that one? I said, well, it's what the doctor told me to do. And she said, well, that pill's not going to stop you from having periods once you've been sterilised. I was like, oh, okay. So she took me off this. She told me not to have anything for 3 months and see where we're at then. And then she also told me to get my BMI closer to 30. And I was like, okay.
BMI's bollocks. It's pure bollocks.
She's like, how's your weight loss been? And so I told her. I think it was like 91.9. And she was like, oh, you've lost a stone? I was like, you should have seen me like a year ago, 2 years ago. I was 3 stone heavier.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. I need to weigh myself actually. I haven't weighed myself for a couple of weeks.
I'll do it in the morning. Boom.
It's now in March. What have we got planned for this month?
Get a hench.
Get a hench.
Yeah, that's pretty much my plans as far as I've got.
Gym, work, and maybe do a few more things in the house, like paint in the bathroom and the kitchen.
Maybe start trying to sort the garden out as a video idea.
We could do that next week.
Could you?
Yeah, we could.
I mean next weekend.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Depends on the weather. That's what I was saying to Hunter.
You're saying to Hunter.
Yeah. I was chatting to him in the garden. I'm saying, we need to sort this out, mate.
Yeah.
Especially if we're going to have the kennel off Mum now as well. Give us something to do with it.
Put the kennel at one end and the shed on the other. Put the climbing frame up and a hoover.
For
Not
now,
hoover. What's the word? Mow the lawn.
Hoover the lawn.
Hoover the lawn. Dickhead. And then do whatever you want to do for your birthday.
I think my birthday. Early night. That's all I want for my birthday. You put the kids to bed and I'll go to bed about 7.
I'll put the kids to bed anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you're still with all of it, and I'll go to bed about 7.
Alright.
Yeah? Sounds good for my birthday. I'm happy with that. So you know, you're getting old.
Happy 33.
What do you want for your birthday? An early night.
It should be a good night's sleep. Don't matter how early you get to bed. It's a good night's sleep, that's what matters.
And that's your catch up. Diddly 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 dip. The Carr clan. Now, we still have to have some of the things that we had. So I would like a say it with your chest special. Something over the last 6 months. The thing that's done you nutting the most over the last 6 months. Still just one thing, but the big one. Go.
Well, I suppose one of the things that's annoyed me is that even though it's been spoke about for a while, you still haven't changed anything in regards to cleaning up after yourself in all aspects of your life.
That's a straight up fib and you know it.
It's not.
It is a straight up fib and you know it. It's a straight up fib and you know it.
Please explain how.
I'm the only one that's give the air fryer a proper clean.
Not true.
Is true.
Not true.
I bet if I go down and look, that metal ring is still filth. It looked brand new when I'd finished with it.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
It was completely silver. I scrubbed the shit out of it. I got out one of your Brillo pad things that's got soap in it
That's
and everything.
also not cleaning
and
up
gave
after
it a proper
yourself.
full-on thing. I'm the one that uses it the most.
No, you're not actually. I use it more than you. I'm in the
I don't
house
think
more
do.
than you
I
are.
don't think you do. I use it up to 3 times a day.
That's not the sort of thing I'm talking about, though.
Okay.
I'm talking about clothes, rubbish, cups, mugs, plates.
You're just as horrendous, if not worse, than me.
Oh,
for
I
that.
am not.
I guarantee if I go downstairs, there's going to be some of your shit somewhere.
Mm-mm.
Liar. Lies.
You leave clothes in the bathroom. You leave hair in the bath.
You make me shave my pubes.
No, I don't. That's your own decision. I've
I
never
don't
once
shave my
told you to
pubes.
shave your pubes.
I'm trimming them, but I don't shave them. It's too much effort.
It's the hair off your
Itchy
face
as
that's in
fuck.
the bath, not your pubes.
I don't know how there's any hair off my face in the bath. I haven't had a shave in the bath for months, so unless you're not cleaning the bath, you're filth.
That's not true.
That's true. I have a shave in the sink.
No, you don't. You was in the bath the other day and you asked me to pass you your shaving stuff
That was
because you
still
was
a
in the
week.
bath.
That was still a week ago at least. So
I'm not saying I did it today.
You were moaning about it today?
No, I was moaning about your clothes today.
Liar.
Your clothes was in the bath. Was in the bathroom
But even then,
today.
that's one time in however long. Because I
No.
don't do it in the bath. Because I don't do it in the bath.
Oh God.
Because it's too much. Well, I mean, I will. Now we've got the new mirror thing.
I don't care as long as you clean out the bath after.
Okay. But you
Your
don't
clothes, put them away.
Stop just putting them on the floor then.
I don't put them on the floor.
Why are they on the floor then?
Because you put them on the floor.
I don't put them on the floor. It's the fucking...
You do.
That ghost is a fucking cunt. Because that ghost's doing it and getting me in trouble. You put them on the
I
floor.
fold your clothes
and then just
up
go put them
nicely
away.
on
And
the
I'm like-
bed. And I tell you, put these away.
Yeah, and if they're on the bed, I turn around and they just get put in the available slot.
Just start tidying up after yourself,
I do.
please. More than.
I'm going to stop tidying up after myself.
No, you're not.
Yes, I
You're
am.
just going to do it more.
No, I'm going to stop so then you see that I do.
I'm going to take a picture of everything that you leave out.
I'm going to do the same. And we'll see how many pictures I've got versus what you've got.
Okay.
Yeah?
Mm.
And bearing in mind, you're at home all fucking day. So you got plenty of time to be putting shit away.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Game on, motherfucker.
What's yours?
Mine's an actual one that goes with the fucking flow of this. Thing that's fucked me off more than anything that's ever fucked me off. Yeah?
Over the last 6 months or in that relationship?
In our relationship, but it's happened over the last 6 months. More than anything ever, right? At the same time, I'm happy about it, but that's why it fucks me off even more. Yeah? Is the fact that you've decided you want to start skating.
Why?
Why? Because for years I was like, go and have a go on some skates. You're like, no, I won't, it's fucking stupid. Why would you want to do that?
No, you
Why
didn't.
would you? Yes, I did.
No.
Kelda, what, you think I didn't try and get you on skates when I was playing roller derby and stuff? You were like, oh, those fucking stupid things. I'm never going to go
No.
on them. I'm
You
never
always
going to go
told
on
me to
them.
join the roller derby girls thing.
No, I was like, you could do that. I was just trying to get you to put some fucking skates on your feet at any fucking point. You've always been like, I haven't fun. I'm not. I'm.
You never
Even
once
when I was
spoke to me about just skating. It was always to do with
No,
doing
it
the roller
wasn't.
derby
No,
thing. It
wasn't.
was.
It was just, but even just doing stuff, it was irrelevant. You were like, I'm not putting skates on my feet. It's fucking stupid. Like that was your whole thing all the time. You've always done that. Always been like, no, I'm not doing that.
So you're fucked off.
And
At the
then
fact
and
that
then
I am now wanting
No.
to do a hobby.
No.
that you've
You're
wanted
jumping
me to
forwards.
do for
You're jumping
years.
forwards. You're jumping forwards. The problem is that I was like, you'll like it. No, I won't. It's fucking stupid. Why won't I'm not? You don't fucking know me. All of that type of shit. If you think I'd enjoy that, you clearly don't fucking know me. we took the kids were having a great time, and then you come over and went, can I try on a pair? And then literally after that session you were like, we've got to get me some skates, I need some skates.
No.
Yes, you
No.
fucking liar.
You were the one that said, oh, we've got to get you some skates as well then. No.
And then you were like, yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. That's what fucks me off. The fact that I was right for 9 years. I was right for 9 years. And you were like, no, it's fucking stupid. And then you did it once. And the first fucking time you were like, I need my own skates now. This is fucking brilliant. I love it.
I wouldn't go that far.
You're a liar.
I'm still not there.
You are a liar.
I don't love it.
You do.
I don't. I just want to learn to do it.
Why?
Because I want to be able to do it with the kids and us all do it together.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. That's the only reason I wanted to learn is because of the kids.
You fibber. That was why you initially tried it. And then you were like, shit, son, I want my own skates. Look at your face. I wish people listening could see your face. The people watching can. You're having to look off to the side because you're like, shit, son, he's got me. And I'm happy about it. I'm just fucked off. This took you 9 years to get off your fucking high horse and actually put them on your feet and admit that you enjoy it. That's the bit that's fucked me off.
So, you're going to tidy up after yourself, and I can't help with the skating
And
thing.
you're going to accept when I tell you shit. Because I don't know how many... that's the pinnacle of I fucking told you so. But we've literally spent the last 9 years of me continually going, I told you so. When are you going to start listening to me? When are you going to believe what I tell you? I told you so.
Never.
And that's literally the pinnacle of it. Why don't you just admit that I was right?
Because you never admit that I'm right.
Because you're very rarely right. If you are right, I'll admit you're right.
Well, I am.
About what?
You don't tidy up after yourself all the time.
I don't tidy up. No, I admit I'm right. Again, I don't tidy up after myself all the time. But I do tidy up after myself. You make out like I don't ever tidy up after myself. That's where my problem is.
You're going to tidy up this mess you made down here?
What mess?
Knocking
The
over
bin?
the bin.
You were supposed to have tidied that up. You got into there. I'd have left the bin
No,
down.
I lifted the bin up. I lifted the bin up.
You should have
and
left
put
the
it
bin
back.
down.
Oh my god.
I'd have got it all in one go, and now I wouldn't have to clean all this up. I'd have left the bin down and pushed it in the bin while the bin was down and stood the bin up. And now I've got to pick up shit off the floor. Oh, it's not lazy.
Heaven forbid.
Work smarter, not harder.
Diddle 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 did the Carr clan.
Right, guys, thank you for coming and listening. Go and like and subscribe and do all of those things. I don't know what. Alright, Mrs. Sniff-a-Lot. I don't know what podcast sites we're actually on. I know it's on Spotify, and I don't know if there's a like and subscribe function on there at all. But wherever we are, go and like and subscribe it. If you're not liked and subscribed on YouTube, go and do that. You can find us on all the socials as well. Just put in Carr Clan and you'll find it pretty much.
Not all of them.
Apart from Twitter.
It's Facebook and Instagram, that's it.
That's all of the socials.
No,
What
not.
others are there? LinkedIn. Who uses that crap? Nobody. MySpace. Nobody's used that since 2007.
Snapchat.
Snapchat's not a social.
It is. People talk to people on that.
Oh, we find us on text message. No.
We're not on TikTok either.
We will be though. That'd be funny. The kids will love that. You can make some right stupid videos on TikTok.
You know, actually, Riley asked me if he could have his own channel today.
Well, he can have his own bit on our channel. He can do his own videos and we'll put them on.
Yeah.
Job done. But yeah, go and do all of those things. The likes, the subscribes, and the sharing. That's a good one. To do the sharing. And then people are going to listen to us just bicker like a married couple.
Yeah. Tag us in stuff on Facebook and Instagram as well. If you have a look at anything that you want to tell us, any stories, because we're still going to do shit like that as well. Because we like stories from you guys.
Oh, I forgot all about stories.
Well, I think we've definitely
We've
talked
filled
enough this time.
we've filled up some stories for this time, but we'll wang out the stories next time.
Okay.
Give us a topic. Give us a topic, and even if I ain't got a story for it, I'll make one up, and then you got to decide if it was a made-up story or a real one.
That's what we could do. Do 3. One of them's got to be made
Two
up.
truths and a lie.
Yeah.
We could do that. But I like the idea of give us a topic, give me a topic.
Yeah, because I
And
don't
then-
have stories, really.
I've got so many stories that come out of everywhere. Right, give me a topic and I'll give you a story based on that topic, and then you've got to decide if it's a real story or a made up story.
Okay.
And then they can decide as well, and then we'll tell them on the next podcast.
Okay.
Okay? Sound good? That's a new bit then. And we're going to play... I'll come up with some games. We'll play some really dumb-ass games, get people involved.
He's been him.
She's been her.
See you next week.
Bye.
Diddly 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 dip. The Carr Clan.